Welcome back everybody. It's your boy Ace, and in today's video I'm reacting to SMP. This time I'm reacting to the SCP-4290. So somebody in the comments, first time I reacted to the Foundation, told me they got like 7,000 different SMPs, and normally I would love to start from number 1 and go up, but I feel like it's gonna be too hard, so I'm just doing random SCPs. And before I know it, because I feel like if in my brain, if I do how I should do 1, 2, 3 to 7,000, that's a lot. That's a lot of videos. That's a lot of thought to think about, and it kind of makes me lose motivation to watch them. So I feel like I should just watch random SMPs and see what's good. And this one catch my eye is the Child Hungers. By the way, I found this channel that was also told in my from one of my, I don't think it's subscribed, but one of the commenters, the Vogon, and this guy just does SMPs, so I feel like I should just watch them. I'm gonna watch most of SMPs from this channel, so no further ado, let's just get into SMP-4290, the Child Hungers. Oh, I like the darkness and stuff.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-4290. Containment Class, Keter. Disruption Class, Amida, and Risk Class, Critical. Special Containment Procedures. All available military assets are at the site of SCP-4290's ceiling and are prepared to use any means necessary to neutralize the anomaly. Mobile Task Force Alpha-1, Red Right Hand, Mobile Task Force Tau-5, Samsara, and Mobile Task Force Nu-7, Hammer Down have been outfitted with experimental paratech weaponry and are situated within SCP-4290's containment perimeter. Grids of nuclear mines have been planted in the vicinity of the ceiling site, prepared to detonate if Foundation assets are destroyed. The Degas Break orbital strike system has been enabled in the event of a breach past the containment perimeter. Emergency shelters for civilians and selected Foundation personnel are being prepared in the event that containment measures fail. The probability of failure is undetermined. Description: SCP-4290 is a Class 1 eschatological entity that was thaumaturgically sealed approximately 10,000 years in the past. Its seal is expected to break in the next 7 days. The site of sealing, SCP-4290 LOCK, is in Qinghai Lake at a depth of 32.8 meters from the surface and is constructed from 8 beryllium bronze totems. The totems resemble armored humans, engraved with networks of banishing runes, and arranged onto the points of an 8-fold fractal pattern carved into the lakebed, 20 meters wide. Bursts of red light are periodically released from its center. These have intensified in brightness over the past month. Information on SCP-4290 has been recovered from SCP-1726 and other such anomalous record sources.
Yeah, I forgot. So there are with the SCPs. So it seems like SCP-1726 gives information because how they were ranked. So that's how they know when this was sealed and how it works, which is actually, in my opinion, amazing, because how it's all connected differently, from harmless to harmful to objects to living creatures, and how each of them kind of balances at the same time, keeps everything complex. It doesn't have to work like with each other, but it's amazing.
Translated excerpt on the entity from an unknown writer follows. The child rose its 10 mouths to the heaven, stretched wide 20 arms, and ripped the umbilical cord from the sack on its head. The warriors surged to its legs, hoping to tear those newly born limbs before they could move, but from the mouths spilled torrents of darkness and dead geometries. None could flee. Reality rippled with the warriors stretching along its folds, and the darkness crunched into their skulls with flares of scarlet. The child wheezed, dragging skeletal fingers through the dead and the land around. The fingers retracted, flames burst, then subsided, wax rained, then dissolved. Then the island, its warriors, and every soul still left melted into the darkness. For 10 days, the child drank it. All the world trembled. Addendum 4290 1. Repair attempts. On 0208-2022, televisions in Qinghai province and outlying areas abruptly displayed images of an entity matching SCP-4290 rising over a melting cityscape, with an androgynous voice telling viewers to repair the child's locks. This has repeated in frequency, with the voice shifting to say, "There is little time left. Repair." Investigation led to the discovery of SCP-4290 LOCK. Efforts into finding means by which SCP-4290 LOCK could be reinforced were launched. Searches of SCP-1726, undercover excursions into the Wanderer's Library, and the ruins of specific far-past civilizations found that this is not the first time the seal has needed repairs. Civilizations including the Arakeshans, the Jia dynasty, and ancient Artothans have strengthened the seal with sacrificial rituals and the engraving of new runes onto the totems. The last group to have performed this were the Davites, shortly before their culture was destroyed, C-270. The Foundation Department of Occult Containment arranged for the rites and engravings to be performed. A submersible containing the ritual setup and remotely operated underwater vehicles with carving equipment descended to the center of SCP-4290 LOC on 09/08/2022. However, halfway through the performance of the ritual, a red light burst accompanied with the release of high levels of gamma radiation and heat occurred. Radiation damage caused the ROVs to accidentally damage existing runes, and the interruption of the ritual lead to only 2 cadavers and half the heart to vanish as planned. Television broadcasts repeated later that day, its voice now stating, "The sacrifice did not reach the 10 maws. Brace." Addendum 4290 2 15/08/2022 Defection Incident. At 1 a.m., several personnel stationed at Qinghai Lake acted against Foundation orders and fled the area. One of the involved agents, Agent Zenobia Marinos, left the following message on a piece of paper in their quarters before leaving. "Do we think we can actually stop this? No civilization before us wanted to fight the child. None of them. Helgia had tech better than anything we've got, and even they were afraid. The sacrifices don't work anymore. It refuses to consume them. They aren't enough to satiate it. Once that seal breaks, we'll have a world of molten darkness, and the child will be all that's left. Eating, drinking. You're fools for staying." The activation of ways to extra-dimensional spaces was detected nearby. Tracking is not considered a priority. Addendum 4290 3. Sealing updates 16/08/2022. Seismometers have detected a series of high-energy seismic pulses radiating directly under SCP-4290 LOC, consistent with models on the effects of dimensional distortion on terrain. Red light now encompasses the entire sealing site, and the totems are observed to be crumbling. Personnel are advised to wait and prepare. This file has been revised, displaying new additions. Addendum 4290 4. Scenario 4290 Unlock. On 17/08/2022, the totems comprising SCP-4290 LOCK disintegrated. Military assets assembled at the shore of Qinghai Lake, and 10 minutes later, a 40-meter-long emaciated humanoid organism matching descriptions of SCP-4290 phased out of the ground and onto the seabed. Orders were sent to only fire once activity was observed. Personnel waited 2 hours. After a further hour of waiting, ROVs were sent to SCP-4290 followed by an expeditionary crew equipped with Lambda model thaumato-hazard suits. Dozens of human corpses and hearts used in these sacrificial repair rituals rested on the entity's mouths, none having been consumed. No thaumic radiation, psi wave emissions, or any signs of activity were registered. All life functions in SCP-4290 had ceased. In-site autopsies were performed. Based on these, the entity is estimated to have died approximately 9,000 years ago. The cause of death was determined to be malnutrition. SCP-4290 has been reclassified to neutralized.
So,
This concludes today's lecture. Thank you for listening, if indeed you still are, and you are all dismissed. Goodbye.
it seems like SCP-4290 is dead 9,000 years ago because of malnourishment. Good to know. I'm gonna react to another SCP tomorrow, but no further ado, I hope you like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.